my lunch. We're gonna continue, and I continued it accidentally, and I just let it go, and it's like, oh, it's interesting, and yeah, hold on, what's right here? No shit. Okay, there we go. So we're gonna start from the end, or the end of episode one, the final paragraph, and we're gonna continue because that's how it continued.
What could possibly go wrong in this situation? Hopefully, the story continues to unfold and provide an insight into what motivates these writers to act in such a way. But until then, we can only speculate on the reasons behind their actions and attempt to make sense of it all. The Mythmaker Show Book 2, The Mega Count Speaks. Mythmaker is known for being a writer with a diverse style and a flair for the dramatic. However, after a string of intense situations and characters, Mythmaker seems to be taking a new direction. This time, Mythmaker has set their sights on comedy and has created a series of outlandish stories that are sure to leave you feeling entertained and inspired. This new Mythmaker is now introducing a new character, the Count. While the Count is a funny and engaging personality, there is also a hint of danger lurking beneath the surface. As Mythmaker goes on to create more content with the Count, we can only wonder what new adventures lie ahead. There's a fine line between creativity and cruelty, and Mythmaker seems to be testing that limit. Whether or not the Count will be a recurring character, just a passing whimsy remains to be seen. Listener, so I'm a Count, Irish or Master of Ceremonies. Mythmaker. Look, just remember that comedy is subjective. While some may find the Count funny, others might find him more annoying than anything. If you're looking for a hilarious character, go watch something else. Just don't expect the same level of wit or ingenuity that you would find from Mythmaker. Also, keep in mind that Mythmaker is always striving to create something new and unique. So, any expectations that you have should be challenged or adjusted as the narrative progresses. Listener, you didn't answer my question. Irish or Master of Ceremonies? I want to know how to pronounce the Count. Mythmaker, because nobody knows what he is. Get it? Mythmaker chuckles. Mythmaker spoiler alert. Yeah, I thought it was funny. Anyway, you should really just let the story flow naturally. While I appreciate your input, it's really up to Mythmaker to determine the direction of the story and how the characters develop. Remember, we're all just along for the ride, but the MCDJ could probably stand for Mythbuster or something else. Listener, just make the top priority, or I'll just mosey on down to tall tales of tomfoolery and meta heckle him there. Mythmaker. Really? Well, you wouldn't get much of a story there. Mythmaker had a tough time coming up with that character. The last thing I remember is he was talking about a dream he had about his childhood friend, and then his ghost had come back to haunt him. We were planning to name him Moisty Mick or Misty Mocket. Don't you know, the depth of a character can be a complex and vast subject? Sometimes even Mythmaker regrets killing them off in the end. Listener, your stories end. I thought they always continued. Mythmaker, no, that's not true. Most of them ended on a cliffhanger with a vague sense of unease. But if there's one thing that Mythmaker has become known for, it's his ability to build tension and intrigue without making it too obvious. So, really, all you're doing is prolonging the inevitable. You're being an obstruction to the natural flow of the story. Just keep on going and let the universe do its thing. Listener 2, she's the one who snitched about Seaman's schemes. She began these whole shenanigans for you. Listener 3, yeah, her being here is the exact increase of tension you were describing. No? Mythmaker nods, but doesn't answer their comments. B. Listener 2, Irish or Master of Ceremonies. Is that the Count? He's like Bloog, but he's never like that. He's more like a slinky. Mythmaker doesn't respond. Listener 3, More like a slinky. It's all weird. Really. Listener 2, trollops keep liking. Top. Like when you were like lumping on my lugs. Mythmaker. Well, you'll never know unless you go ask. Wait, you mean to say that you've been keeping my attention on that issue the entire time? Ha ha ha. Now I understand the delay. That's the way of the storyteller. Tell me, was it clear or confusing? Did you know it was going to be a mystery and how everything connected? Or did you just have questions that needed to be answered? Mythmaker is having trouble keeping cool. Listener, Mythmaker, breathe. Mythmaker is having trouble keeping cool. Listener, Mythmaker, breathe. Mythmaker, stop trying to take control. I'm fine. I can breathe just fine. You know what? We're done here. Just stop trying to force me to change and just enjoy the damn story. Just let it be. You're just interfering with the natural flow and leading us astray. Listener, well, I'm not controlling you. No need to breathe so hard. Mythmaker, and you did not ask any questions at all about the count. So either you have no interest in the myth or you just want to make me crazy. Listener, I did. Irish? Or Master of Ceremonies? Yes. Don't blame me for asking so many questions, because you won't even answer the few questions I've actually asked. So, really, you're wasting your breath on me. I don't care about the myth at all, to be honest. Mythmaker, I am saying that every question you've ever asked me was about the MC, and that means you're obsessed, and that means you're clearly not capable of giving me the freedom and time I need to create these stories without pressure. So, without further ado, I'm present Mythmaker and McCown in our first skit. Mythmaker skips to backstage, but that skipping had a lot of weight on the heels. If skipping had a stomping option, Mythmaker pulls on a strange mask and starts dancing around. By this point, Mythmaker is practically delirious and ranting. The listener holds on as she sees another writer emerge from the wings and take the stage. This writer is an active participant in the fan community and knows how to navigate these difficult interactions. She will continue to ask questions, but will remain focused and analytical. Just as Mythmaker's momentum is slowing, a new character walks on stage. This is the mysterious writer who has been active in the Mythmaker fandom and is aware of the interactions that have transpired. He is quick to pick up where Mythmaker left off and to offer helpful suggestions. This shows that he is in tune with the audience and understands their needs and desires. He is also quick to compliment Mythmaker's work and highlight their strengths as a writer. The mysterious writer has a broad understanding of the complex issues and concerns related to fan interactions and fandom activity. He is adept at working with both writers and fans to provide support and guidance. He is able to provide valuable insights that allow writers and fans to collaborate effectively. In conclusion, it is important to note that while we understand the importance of creating content for our community, it is equally important to remain balanced and fair in our interactions with each other. A lot of the previous discussions have focused on the negative aspects of fan interaction. We must remember that there are positive and constructive ways to interact with our fellow fans. Mythmaker! Tata! Wasn't that a laugh riot? Thanks, McCount. You were quite the charmer. Mythmaker tosses the mask and tries to sneak back to the front of the stage. Hold on. Cut. Let's talk about this skit. Who are you? Look, you're really starting to go down a hole. It's not fair to keep on doing this when you're not taking the story seriously. Fine, I'll play this game. I'll try not to lose my cool. So, what? We talking with Wavy? Well, have I gone down the list? No, you don't get to boss me around. I can just tell the truth, that's all. Yes, it's true that we wrote that list together and posted it, but now it's all yours. No, I didn't mention that the Macamp might get his own character. Why is that a problem? Well, you haven't actually gotten him any stories yet. No, we didn't even know who he was, let alone if he would be a part of the story. He could have easily just been a passing character, not unlike the joke list. Well, fine. That's what's going to happen. You'll have to wait until after the Macamp debacle. I can only focus on one thing at a time. Yes, it's fine to plan for the next skit. We didn't have to build up to this. Just chill. So, yes, as a matter of fact, you do have an opportunity to come up with your own ideas, but it doesn't mean we'll put them in the story. Listener 2, I think Mythmaker is spoilering himself. You're setting yourself up for an impending doom. Time will pass, and you'll end up repeating yourself. Mythmaker laughs. Mythmaker, see, this is where we differ. You see the mech as a nuisance, as someone who doesn't belong in this story, but to me, he's just another character, and one that could be interesting and funny. But what are you gaining by arguing? Mythmaker cackles. Listener 2, look, let's make a deal. I'll ask questions. You won't interrupt me, and we'll have a civilized conversation. What do you say? Listener 2 is clear and direct. He has already set a pattern and consistency. Mythmaker feels that his attempts at humor are not welcome, and he is ready to engage in a more serious dialogue. Listener 2, then let's have a compromise. From now on, I'll ask more pointed questions, and you'll provide more detailed answers. Do we have a deal? Mythmaker. No comment. Mythmaker shuffles behind Macamp to hide, knowing it won't be long before Listener 2 moves to a different section of the story. It is almost an inevitability. Mythmaker knows that he can't escape from Listener 2, and that there will be a point when the two of them collide and enter into a new chapter of their relationship. And while they may disagree on many issues, they agree that there is no such thing as being too cautious or careful. There is a time and place for being courageous, and a time and place for being afraid. And as the story unfolds, Listener 2's questions are valid and important. Even though Mythmaker may view him as a nuisance, Listener 2's questions demonstrate that he is on top of the story, and that he is invested in helping Mythmaker understand and appreciate the elements of the plot and characters. Mythmaker begins to appreciate Listener 2's analytical and inquiring mind. She understands that his questions have purpose and depth, and that he is only trying to help her improve and gain a better understanding of the world and its stories. Mythmaker agrees to a more serious dialogue, in which they will discuss ideas and provide detailed answers. Mythmakers need to constantly joke and laugh as a means to control and disarm people is an obvious obstacle. He cannot engage in a serious and constructive dialogue when he is not taking things seriously. So, Mythmaker agrees to give Listener 2 a chance and asks him to send in questions via text, email, or voice recording. He also says that he will be able to respond to her once she comes up with some specific questions. With this, Mythmaker prepares herself to take a more methodical and organized approach to her writing, and to work closely with Listener 2 to develop a more productive and meaningful dialogue. I also see the idea of character development and depth as being crucial to Mythmaker's narrative. This means that Mythmaker would need to expand his conceptions of characters and how they interact. However, it would be a challenge to do this without losing his comedic touch or sacrificing his style of storytelling. Additionally, Mythmaker would need to find a balance between developing his characters and providing entertainment. To achieve this, Mythmaker could try introducing new ideas and scenes as he sees fit, or he could incorporate personal anecdotes and experiences into his stories. This would create an environment of familiarity and understanding for both the writer and the reader. Ultimately, the story is about creating balance and finding a way to move forward without being tied down by rigid rules or constraints. Mythmaker has been able to create a unique and diverse voice within the fandom community, and he is willing to take risks and challenge assumptions as he creates his content. Listener 2 recognizes the potential value of Mythmaker's storytelling and is looking forward to collaborating with him to find new and exciting ways to develop and expand his vision. Author's note: this dialogue represents my perception of the situation and how I feel it might unfold. It is based on a general understanding of the story and its characters, but it is not a direct reproduction or recounting. Please remember that this is a creative and speculative work. As such, it is subject to change and variation over time. It is not meant to represent an official or formal conversation. Therefore, if you have questions, comments, or concerns about the story and its content, please feel free to reach out to me. I would be happy to discuss any additional details or address any concerns you may have. Once again, this is all meant to be in good fun. Take care and enjoy! Mythmaker and McCount present. Craze balls! First of all, I want to apologize to the McCount for being a total downer. I just don't think he's a character I've got that much to say about. Sorry to disappoint everyone, but don't worry, we've still got craze balls. It all started when I thought to myself, oh hey, don't you miss that feeling when you were like 3 and you used to blow up those little balloons by twisting their ends together and pulling them apart? Then you'd have to spit on them to make them sticky so they'd stick together. Man, I love doing that. What a rush. So I decided to share the magic with everyone and start my own inflatable craze. And guess who came running for his piggies? You know who? It's McCount. That guy's been looking for anything to start a bonfire. Well, this is his opportunity. Look, I'm not a perfectionist. I just went and bought those giant packs of balloons you can find at Party City. There's a lot of them. But what else would you do with those? Besides, I blew them up like a million times, and now they're stuck together into these massive, colorful balls of bubbly goodness. It all started with one great idea. Maybe it was seeing a meme or just thinking of a meme. Either way, it was perfect. We put some raunchy filters on it, like one that made it look like she was on meth. Then, we made a remix of some vintage music that made it sound like she was yelling. And finally, we put it on TikTok. It started as a quiet affair, like a whisper. But then, something clicked, and it all started blowing up. More and more followers were retweeting, and the craze ball craze just caught on. And everyone loves a catchy tune. Well, by the time you know it, we had a live performance, and we were invited to play on stage. And oh my gosh, the show, it was amazing. I mean, for a long time, we just played on TikTok. It was so much fun, but it never really went anywhere. The McCow was all up on the buzzboard. We call it our little secret, but he just wanted to share the music with everyone. And it was happening. Just picture it. McCount taking to the stage, his voice ringing out above the crowd, those headphones pumping out the beat, his fans chanting, and their cheering growing louder and louder, a sea of white balloons bouncing all over the place. Every time McCount sang a line, it was like a fire emblem, and the whole crowd was glowing and popping and waving and dancing. You just couldn't help but lose yourself in the moment. It was as if the whole world had come together and the spirit of the internet was running wild. I gotta tell you, I've never seen anything like it. And it just keeps growing and growing. And I'm loving every minute of it. I'm not sure I'd ever want to do anything else with my life. And then things took a turn for the... Well, it was the fill your balloons with hydrogen challenge. Yeah, we had to go all out, man. Like, really shake things up, you know. So, I blew up those balloons until they were mega huge and then stood back and let her go, baby. And then we switched it up. We got a bigger bag, and this time, I filled it full of helium, and off she went. Then, I started filling up more and more, and it was just like watching a balloon contest on TV. And then the Fill Your Balloons with Methane Challenge. Ha ha ha. Listen, I'm a prankster and I just can't resist a good time. Then we started incorporating some social commentary into our remixed music. We started dropping messages like, it's okay, everyone just thinks I'm crazy. Well, fuck, let's go. We're gonna get back with the Fill Your Balloons with Neon Lighting Challenge. And just wait till they get to the Fill Your Balloons with Bubbly Water Challenge. I swear there's no stopping us now. We're like a force of nature, a music craze, and a viral joke rolled into one. And with our fresh new pop sound and amazing looks, we set the internet on fire. Everyone's waiting for us to drop the next hit, and we're gonna keep everyone's attention for a very long time. So I'm just saying, the McCount may have been an unlikely addition to the team, but he's proven himself to be a valuable asset and a versatile character who continues to entertain and expand his audience. Isn't it weird that none of our fan base are smokers? If they had a physical body, I wonder what they'd do with those cigarettes I keep blowing out. Would they smoke them? Inhale them? But since they don't have one, they have no real use for them. So they just keep blowing them out and on their fumes. Kinda sad, but it's still kinda funny. Anyway, we got a whole lineup of exciting craze balls planned, so stay tuned because the party's just getting started. Oh, and since you've been listening for so long, we thought we'd give you an exclusive preview of the track Creeping Craze Ball. It's a ditty that will get you tapping your feet and moving your body. Check it out. Oh, you want more? Fine, but I can't spoil too much. Anyway, I hope you've had your fill of our entertainment for the day. Remember to stay hydrated and keep the fun alive. Thank you so much for letting me have a rant. It felt nice to let it all out. I hope you're inspired as well and can't wait to bring even more of my funny little insights and muss into your inbox. Thank you so much for keeping me company and sharing in my journey. Until next time, cheers. Your friendly neighborhood Mythmaker. Sidebar, since I don't know how else to offer context. Listener or readers are people who view the story and interact with the writer. These characters interact with the writer using their imagination, logic, and curiosity to gain a deeper understanding of the story. You can ignore these characters if you wish. Homework. The Fill Your Balloons with Ammonia Challenge. The choice is yours and we hope you choose right. We the American people stand by you and wish you the best of luck on all your future enterprises. The McCount and Mythmaker spelled out in anti-brain inflammatory nutrition factoid. Bites and you have multiple variations of this graphic. The deconstruction, controlling, condemning, destroying, rage, and propaganda that are really pushing your pandemic pill camel wrench oligarch off. Some one and only McCount by the inflatable cap. Some balloon rights are not free, so we'll collect life and get a life collect. I then your orange, sky, my onion, cinnamon, or are you awful? Thank you. Some. You said something, but I don't understand, and I hate and rage, and I'll never escape, but I will continue to try and browser explore and navigate my Edness and impressionism mind. Sidebar. The other sidebar refers to the quote from Big Shot, The Art of Rap. Hi, how can I help you? Let's chat. What do you need? We're here for you. Please, no more weird emails. Please, let's chat. No more weirdos. Please, we want to help. What do you need? Let's chat. The fans have feedback regarding the bleach and ammonia challenge. Thanks for reaching out. Please give me a moment to take a look. What email would you like me to address the issue on? I'm always open to listen and hear the views of the fan community. Since you've got my attention, let's talk, shall we? I'm just a simple writer, trying to keep things light and funny, so I prefer to speak to the fans and hear their feedback directly rather than deal with another round of name-calling and baseless accusations. I've had enough of that nonsense. Instead, I'd rather work with the fans and develop a creative dialogue that doesn't involve negativity or insults. And while I may have made an error in judgment at some point in the past, I'm dedicated to making amends and doing better in the future. So let's talk. Let's create a space where we can learn and grow together. I just want to chat about it. Have I said something to upset you? Not sure what the bleach and ammonia deal is. Had me scratching my head all afternoon. Please tell me. Let's keep it civil and respectful. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Just a bit of harmless fun, you know. Ha ha ha. I meant ha ha. Jokes aside, thank you for the feedback. I'm not sure what it is that you're referring to, but if you feel comfortable providing details or information, I'm happy to assist. Please take your time and feel free to reach out. Take care and don't hesitate to ask for assistance. Thank you for your engagement and your support. Peas. That fill your balls with bleach and ammonia joke was not mine. A fan said that to me and I ran with it. Sorry if it offended you. That was my intent. Ha ha ha. Actually, sorry. That is definitely my own attempt at humor and not a reference to any joke spoken by others. I just wanted to make sure you understood that. Parent from Kenosha. What the fuck is with this bleach and ammonia challenge? Haha, great! Just more fake news. Haha, don't believe the hype. Everyone's a critic. Have a sense of humor. Tivum for the laughs. Paranoid parent. Pete's. This song, Craze Balls by Mythmaker, McCount, and Jimmy Joski was inspired by your comment about blow-up doll inflation. Yeah, I didn't mean it like that. Those jokes were a running gag between Mythmaker and the McCount. Parent 2. How many people are in the hospital because of this challenge? This is real danger. Just because it sounds like a joke doesn't mean it is. Jeez, there are so many vulnerable kids and addicts, and you two aren't in jail yet. I totally agree. Not everyone takes the message of your jokes in the intended tone. I suggest using more caution in toning down your language. Your popularity could be threatened by those who don't understand the context of your jokes. Sidebar. The first fan was referring to the anti-brain inflammatory graphic that made the rounds on social media and was in poor taste and offensive. Hello. It's a nice surprise to see you all again. Your comments and feedback are extremely valuable to me, so I'd like to discuss the situation more in depth and address your concerns. 1. Why don't we start with the anti-brain inflammatory graphic? I believe there has been a miscommunication or misunderstanding. While I recognize that some of my fans have engaged in this joke, I had nothing to do with the development or distribution of the anti-brain inflammatory memes. In fact, I am deeply disturbed by this offensive and inflammatory image. 2. Going back to the bleach and ammonia challenge, I have never mentioned it, let alone put it into action. 3. While there are aspects of the story that I can identify as offensive or offensive, I did not intend to create any messages that could be interpreted in that manner. 4. Finally, I recognize that I have a responsibility to maintain the tone and content of the story, and I have attempted to do so with respect and sensitivity. 5. And finally, I am already in jail, so Naya. They can't stack my crimes like a pile of folding chairs. Oh wait, they are. Sidebar. Please unfind me now. Oh, hi there. Do you need any help or guidance on how to get the link to your fan club taken down? How can I assist you? While there have been some unfortunate circumstances and rumors spread over the years, I can assure you that none of my messages are intended to convey anything malicious or hurtful. In fact, I pride myself on creating content that is positive and empowering to a diverse range of fans. Therefore, it's essential for me to develop a better understanding of what my fans need and what expectations I have to meet. After all, storytelling is an art, and all art forms evolve and adapt over time. Therefore, while it's nice to receive input from the fan community, I appreciate their patience and respect for creative freedom. Besides, it's important to remember that life isn't perfect and sometimes people stumble or get sidetracked. The important thing is to pick yourself up and keep on trucking. Mythmaker! Ta-da! Wasn't that an eagle slapper? Everyone give a hand to McCount. Maybe the last you'll see of him. Lovely looking man. Was he really so loathsome that the Mythmaker himself tossed him overboard? Not a word of regret or sorrow. It's very revealing, and it's difficult to disguise. But then, why would anyone need a secret kept? Are you really telling us all? It seems we've arrived at the heart of the matter at last. Backstage, a figure in a cloak appears. What in tunicate, but he was nerf strike you stinking Swiss, all you undergraduated. Scum pop down, Omidge! Don't think I can't smash you backwards. I have a guitar pinpointed on you. Pinpointed? I'll have you pinned, you provide neon piece of you mixturely consume. You muckawang dirl, tack running arbor taff up with this discrimination bee coat. Me flodjo brio water, you mole call shy down and more. Binglo's 10-speak rubber flung cuddle and you lifilo arbitrary parcel of its non-buncle verbally bumplef it spit. I almost took it just a simple mark, a kakurard message to ball symphonia. Swoop John Jorns Dunley with Dinto in their keg. Ananya ding dong fang keg able to be enough you done set the spread of the Larkin clan bang out towing solo dish. Yang Shigaloft and let him be gin and Diffie or Deru be outing upon shy events koi Vijin sleek NS into plan and advancing I have stoned that new quartz praise peeling gentilies and round. Oh ye jazz. Pridely bizzledy tin lane. Wolful wears and upton dubreaded ooh. Shell of studies lumber shuri. Ideas student rejectius wenerios. Recrucibus stunts few leaders and all sure. Onating secure employment cunane. Shui lecona lequid one symbol of mole. By donative niblaskin joke green on stoilness tia slate. Backwoman! Wait, bust! Tyke is up, well! Work out around. Toe the booker, natural the new neon light. I'd fash lengos by word the blob lizard. He or Ricky bars in the dogos. What worst? Arbinder Pudri. Dando Stone, Gunnigundoy, Memer and Sulajution, Blake Candle, Unhoot, C. Muller, Seed of Curb into a Smidley Bomb. Mythmaker, can I help you? Or are you looking for anything in particular? If there's something I can do to assist you, please let me know. There may be an option that you may not have considered or even seen. Remember, there's always another side to every situation, and sometimes that side can lead to new opportunities and a brighter future. Just a thought. Serient, did I cut you or did you cut me? Oh, I think you just caught in my fabric the deadest things. Mythmaker, and you are. Hello. Hope you enjoyed the entertainment. The McCount is no more, and soon we'll be back to business as usual. What kind of service can I provide for you, mysterious reader? Let's not let this little sidebar distract us, and let's focus on what truly matters, telling the great story. Let's chat. Great minds think alike, always welcome to bounce ideas, provide feedback, and share your thoughts. Come on, come all, I'm here for you. Need another listener clarification? No problem. Simply open your inbox and send me a request. Make way. Got a lot of words to split. No problem. Hope you're not too stuffed. Look forward to serving you soon. May have 1 or 2 or 1,000 more things in my arsenal. Keep 'em coming or play go strong. As long as you don't burn us, we're good. The words keep me running. Mythmaker, you name. What's your name? We need to put a name on your day rate paycheck. One tide comes in, the other comes out. That's the way we swing it, people, right? There was one fan who tried to interfere, but we were able to shoo them away with our witty charm and banter. Mythmaker has some self-reflection to do, so let's focus on what's important and move forward, shall we? We are all valuable and diverse, and it's important to remember that not everyone will respond in the same manner. If there's something you're not okay with, feel free to reach out, and I'll do my best to help. Deal? Okay, great. There we go. Take care, and enjoy the conversation. You're already sooner stagey babies now. Pertry, so a scutter mind pam up to and 181 with the head listens. Just Paris outing Prubit Roshiba. A W4 is left on the table for the stranger to fill out on his own. She didn't say who she was because she actually exists. She has a physical body. She is real. She will slap your book down because she does not like anything. Only bad characters for a plot twist joke and make everybody wait and wonder what happens next. Keep it up and the joke is all for naught. There are just too many questions. Like, where did the car wreck happen? Because if there's a location, she could crash her books as revenge. No, not in real life.
Plot thickens. Curdles, even. Okay.